Hi guys, my name is Madhura. Welcome back to my channel. I usually get very awkward during these introductions, so bear with me for a moment. I get more comfortable as the piles go on. I'm still new to this, so bear with me. Okay, so what we are doing in today's reading is we are asking the universe for messages that you're meant to hear. So as usual, we have three groups of 4 different piles. I've realized that these groups are easier for me to film. Of course they are. At the same time, the readings are not very long, which I know some of you prefer it that way, and you get more control over your reading because you get to choose one pile from each group. So that makes the reading more personalized for you. Instead of me shuffling cards for like all 3 groups or all 4 groups and you have to stick with the same message, but here you can select the piles as you want and the messages are more personalized that way. So we are asking the universe for the messages you are meant to hear. So this first pile here, there are 2 cards. These are oracle cards, so they will talk about the messages that the universe wants you to know right now. So select one from these 4 piles. Then in the second group we have the signs that the universe sends you so that it can communicate with you better. So this is like the signs that you see around, or the way of the universe to communicate with you. So I'm using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck and Deviant Moon Tarot deck because the visuals in both of these decks are very pretty, and you can see how we can interpret signs from these, right? So they are very pretty decks. I absolutely love both of them. So we will be using those, and in the last group what we will be doing is looking at the actionable steps that you can follow according to the guidance of the universe, or whatever you want to do. So what I want you to do right now is take a minute to think of a situation on which you want the universe to guide you, on which you want to know the universe's opinion or the messages that you want to hear about a particular situation. So these then select a pile from each group, keeping that situation in mind, and then go to the pinned comments down below. This time what I will be doing is, this is group 1, group 2 and group 3. Each has 1, 2, 3 and 4 piles. So you will, if you want this pile, you will choose third pile from group 2. Does that make sense? Is it too confusing? I mean, I hope it makes sense. You'll see as we go on. So yes. Also in the last pile and the last group, we might take some additional tarot cards if we need more clarification. So yeah, that's it for now. Let's go. Okay, so if you guys chose pile number 1 from group 1, this is going to be a reading. We are looking at the in this pile, in this group in particular, we will be looking at the messages universe wants you to hear about your particular situation. So let's see. We have I remember, soul plan, fated life versus destiny life, and we have the great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Oh, okay. So looking at these 2 cards, I think whatever the situation you asked about is a little difficult. It probably involves you and someone else, or maybe even more than one people, because looking at this anger and conflict card, it makes me think of involving other people and your opinions not matching up or something like that. And looking at the soul plan, fated life versus destiny life, I also think that this is about your career, most probably. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it is for again, this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates, or take whatever resonates for you. The message might not be for everyone, but if this is about your career and there are conflicts with other people about your career, maybe your family, maybe your siblings, your friends, your employers or something like that, then you have to remember that you need to deal with it in a very calm way. That is the main message. It is I also think that if there is some kind of a conflict to a situation, in a situation that you are in, then maybe that situation, that thing might not be for you. you might have to change your paths, because there is a soul plan. There is a soul plan for everyone, of course. You need to tap into yourself and you need to ask yourself if this is something that you really want, because it might not be for everyone, because it might not be for you. Again, this message is for very some of you. I think it might not resonate for all of you, but you might need to change your path, you might need to change your careers, you might need, whatever the situation you asked about, the thing you asked about might not be for you, because you have a soul plan, and anything that is unaligned with your soul plan, that is unaligned with your vibrational state or the things that you are meant to have, creates conflict in your life. Anything that is unaligned has to go before you get the complete energy of peace or happiness into your life. Anything that does not belong with you must go. So that is the main message that I'm saying for you guys. I think I will take out one more card because this message is not very clear. So we will take out one more card from the same deck and we'll see what this is talking about. But I do think this is heavily focused on your career, or actually anything that is unaligned with you, that has to go. That has to go with, oh yeah. Okay, so we have 3 cards. Okay, so we have Breath of the Cosmos. It says, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. We have the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. And we have spontaneous awakening, activation and integration time. Oh, okay, now that makes a lot more sense. So if you did not resonate with the career message, then you will resonate with this clarifying card message. This is talking about a spiritual awakening. So what I think this is, you are going through a very deep spiritual awakening, and that is going to shake things up for you. That is going to shake a lot of things up for you. So you are trying to realize your full potential. You are trying to realize what is it that you want from life, what is it that you came here to do, with the soul plan and the fated life. So looking at these cards, I do think that you are going through a spiritual awakening, and that is going to shake things up and probably and possibly emotionally and mentally drain you, because spiritual awakenings are not fun. As fun as they sound, they are not fun. So it is probably going to drain you, and it is probably going to put you into this Mars energy, where you are very irritable, you are very annoyed at small things, you are kind of angry. And the message for you here is taking things slowly and thinking before you actually react, because there is this softening to love card. So you need to treat people very gently with the spiritual awakening, even though you're going through a lot of internal changes. So that is all that I'm saying for you guys. I want you to take a look at the second group and select one pile from the second group. We will be looking at the signs through which the universe tries to communicate with you. So I will see you guys there. Bye. Okay, so if you guys chose pile 2 from group 1, then this is going to be your reading. In this group, we are looking at the messages from the universe about your particular situation. So let's see. We have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. The 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Okay, so this is a creative group. I'm so sure of it. You guys are creatives. That is the first thing that I'm getting. And whatever okay, so baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Let's talk about this card for a second. So sometimes what happens is you get a sense in your gut that your intuition is telling you something, and we confuse it with our ego, or sometimes we even confuse it with wishful thinking. I am guilty of that I think that I can do this, or this something is going to happen, and then I feel like, yeah, no, I'm just hoping that it would happen. It's not my intuition, it's just me making up things in my head. So that happens because you don't see a physical proof in the 3D reality yet. And the universe is asking you to do in this particular situation is trust your intuition, because whatever the thing that you asked about is yours. It is going to happen, and it is not your wishful thinking. It is the universe sending you signs. It is your intuition telling you that it is actually going to happen, and it is also telling you to take baby steps. So even if you don't see any kind of proof in the 3D world yet, take small steps towards your goal. Start taking small steps, because that is what is going to get you through the portal. That is what is going to get you to this amazing place where you can get whatever you want. Also the card 7 Star Sisters, Birthing, Creations, Tapestry of Life and Expression. So yes, this is the main reason I think you guys are creatives, because with the I want to focus on the expression card here. So it is like expressing your creative voice, like showing the world your creations, showing the also the Birthing, Creations card phrase is making me think that you guys are creative. So it is like, you, even if there are 0 followers, you need to put your work out there. Even if you think that no one is going to see it, you need to put your work out there. So like, publish that story, post that art that you made, put out that YouTube video, even if you think no one is going to see it, because these small steps is what going to get you to your goal. So let the world see your creations, let the world see what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're working on, because that is very important. So unless you show it to someone else, you're not going to make it. No one would ever know what you're doing, right? So you need to let the world see it, and that is one of the most important things. So that is kind of all that I have for you guys. It was a very straightforward reading with these 2 cards. So yes, that's all that I have for you guys. So what I want you to do now is take a look at the second group here, and pick one pile from that group. So what we will be doing in this group is looking at the signs with which the universe prefers to communicate with you, so that you can understand the signs better. So take a look at this group and pick one pile from there. I'll see you guys in that reading. Bye. Okay, so if you guys chose this pile, pile 3 from group 1, then this is going to be a reading. In this pile, in this group in particular, we are looking at the messages from the universe about your particular situation. So let's see. We have weight of the world, boundaries, let go, it's not yours to carry, portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, and wild card. These 2 cards are coming out a lot in the past readings as well. I think this is, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys saw these cards in the previous reading and they are following you into this one as well. So okay, let's talk about this. The weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. Anything that is not yours to carry must go. Anything that is you're carrying from I think you guys might be empaths. So what happens is, when you are an empath, other people's energy stick to your energy, it sticks to your aura, which can be a little confusing, because I am an empath, and when I am around a lot of people, I cannot hear myself think. I cannot distinguish between my thoughts and other people's thoughts, even though we have barely interacted. It's just being around other people makes my mind this muddy mess. So yes, if that is something that you guys go through, then you need to learn to differentiate between your energy and other people's energy, between your thoughts and their thoughts. You also need to perform some cleansing rituals, like looking at this girl taking a bath. I do think that if you guys are into ritual baths or something, like bathing with oils and crystals and candles or something like that, then try that, because that can help you get rid of the unwanted energy. Also, you need to let go and set boundaries. So let it go reminds me of course, the song Let It Go, but other than that, it makes me think of holding on to your manifestations. Like, if you want something, you hold on so tightly to it, you get so attached to the outcome that you leave no room for the universe to work with. So you need to let go of the control and set clear boundaries. Again, that is very related to cleansing your energy and seeing what works for you and what doesn't, letting go of whatever that does not work for you, shedding off the old skin, shedding off anything that is attached to you, then that is not yours to carry. So with this card, if you are in fact an empath, it is highly possible that people are seeking your energy. So it is like you have this high vibrational energy and people come to you and you try to help them each and every time. Again, something that I'm kind of guilty of, but we are trying to work on it anyway. So if that happens, then you need to set firm boundaries that this is all that I can help you with. You cannot fix people for them. You can try to show them the right path, but it is them who have to do the work. You cannot do their work for them. So remember that. Don't overexert yourself. Don't drain yourself emotionally and mentally. And then we have portal. The doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild cards. So tied with this card, it is pretty self-explanatory, but tied with this card, I think you are being called to lose the things that no longer work for you, because there are new opportunities coming your way. And it is like, if you have this heavy burden on your back, how far are you going to walk with all that burden, right? So shed anything that is not yours, because if you want to go through that door, you have that option. That door is going to lead you to places. Okay, so the door is opening. You have to decide if you want. There are rewards on the other side, but you can go through it only if and only when you are yourself. Because if you have burdens of these people, then you'll think it's kind of like a people pleaser energy, that you're not worrying about your own self and your own rewards, but you're more worried about other people's problems, and you think that it is your responsibility to fix them, and so you give up the opportunities that could lead you to the things that you want. So let go of these. So that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Take a look at the next group and pick one pile from that group. There we will be looking at the signs with which the universe communicates with you, so that you can better understand them the next time that happens. And I will see you guys there. Bye. Okay, so my last pile from this group, I keep getting so confused about this, though if you guys chose pile number 4 from group 1, then this is going to be your reading. We are looking at the messages from the universe. The universe wants you to hear about your particular situation. So we have big picture thinking, inspired ideas, Pleiades energy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but we'll run with it, okay? And visionary. And we have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. These cards are very much tied together. They very much have the same meaning. So let's see, big picture thinking, visionary and inspired ideas. I do think that you are going to get a lot of ideas. If you guys are creatives or you're in the business or whatever like that, then you are going to, you don't even have to be in a creative field. Even if you guys are in a mundane job, I'm not saying that anything is less important or valuable. It's just I'm saying kind of fields where not a lot of creativity is required, you are going to get amazing ideas. You are going to get ideas that are completely out of the box, that are visionary, that are very inspired by the universe, and that are going to help you a lot to moving forward. We have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Looking at this card, I do want to say that you need to create balance between your work and your personal life. It seems important. It is for some of you, might not be for all of you, but you need to create balance between your work life and your personal life. Yes, let that sink in. You need balance between your work life and your personal life. You don't need to work all the time. At the same time, I want to mention that looking at these two cards, this looks like a dream, like a gateway into a dream, and even this card looks kind of whimsical. All of the cards look whimsical, but in this in particular. So what I want to say is, you might be lucid dreaming or astral traveling or something like that, because when you're lucid dreaming, you do get outwardly ideas that are completely out of this world, literally. But yes, so that happens. You can get ideas that no one has even thought of before. So if that is the case, that you are in this lucid dream state, or you're astral traveling or something like that, it's like one foot in this realm and one foot in the another, then you need to create balance between the higher dimensions and your 3D life, because that is going to be very important. Otherwise it would be very difficult for you to manage or to keep your emotional and mental health in order. So yes, yeah, that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. So look at the next group and pick one pile from that. There we will be looking at the signs that universe sends your way to communicate with you, so that you can better understand them. So yes, pick one pile from that group, and I'll see you guys there. Bye. Okay, so apparently I recorded this whole group and forgot to press record, so we are starting over again. So if you guys chose pile 1 from group 2, then this is going to be your reading. At least this time I won't confuse piles and groups, so that's a plus. In this one, we will be looking at the signs that universe sends your way to communicate with you, and we have the King of Swords and the Six of Cups. So here is the thing, the swords are, now that I know all the cards, the swords are related to air element, and it mostly focuses on communicating, and literally in each of the 4 piles there is at least one sword card, which is kind of freaky, but yes, it's amazing. So it is talking about communicating, of course, and looking at the Six of Cups, especially in this deck, the Six of Cups is like someone is playing something in front of them, performing something, and these people are watching it. So I do think the universe likes to communicate with you through the things that you watch. It also could be podcast and songs, but I'm not getting that message, because this is pretty much a visual. So it could be the videos that you watch, or the movies that you watch, or some kind of play that you go and see. So it's like some dialogue or some plot point or some scene that weirdly resonates with you and you cannot explain why, then that is the universe trying to communicate with you. Also, with the traditional meaning of Six of Cups, it focuses heavily on nostalgia and your past. So it is possible that you are feeling drawn to a place and you cannot explain why, or you feel nostalgic for a thing or anything like that, something that you used to do when you were a kid, then that is the universe trying to communicate with you and trying to lead you in the right direction. So yes, that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Take a look at the next group and pick one pile from there. There we will be talking about the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. That is the last part of the reading, so I will see you guys there. Bye. Okay, so if you guys chose pile number 2 from group 2, then this is going to be your reading. Here we are looking at the signs that universe sends your way to communicate better with you. So we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So see, I recorded the whole video and like the whole group, and then realized I had forgotten to press record. So we are doing it again. So right now I know all the cards from all the piles. So if you guys, let me just say, if you guys feel drawn to any of the other piles, then listen to that as well. There might be a message for you, because Ace of Swords shows up once more in the Deviant Moon Tarot deck in some other piles. So yes, do listen to that as well. So getting to your reading, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles and the kids around her make me, let me just first say swords are air element, and which is very fitting swords for the swords to show up in a reading about communicating in signs, because they're all about communication. So with the Queen of Pentacles and looking at these two cards, I do think that universe tries to communicate with you through elder or younger people. So elder people could be someone from your family, it could be your mom, your grandma, anyone that gives you a piece of advice like out of nowhere and it fits your life perfectly. Or it could be anyone that you randomly hear on the street, or something that anyone says to you like randomly out of nowhere. So that could be the universe trying to communicate with you. Or you hear a bunch of kids talk in the park, or some kid shows up and tells you something randomly while they're playing. You know, kids tend to babble a lot. So yes, that, and which just fits your life entirely. It fits your life perfectly. It's like, okay, where did that come from? You know, that kind of a thing. Or you feel kind of attacked. A lot of us feel attacked like that. But yes, you get what I mean. It's just someone giving you a random bit of advice that fits your life perfectly. That is the universe trying to communicate with you. Or you just overhear some conversation and you're like, whoa, that's for me. You know, that kind of a thing. That's particularly for you. That is the universe's way to communicate with you. Yeah, so that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. So take a look at the next group, pick one pile from there. There we will be looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. So yes, that is the last part of the reading, and I will see you guys there. Bye. So if you guys chose pile number 3 from group 2, then this is going to be a reading. Yes, so these 2 cards will talk about the signs that universe sends your way to communicate with you. So we have the 6 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. So I've been saying this in every pile, so I recorded the whole group and then realized I had forgotten to press record. So I kind of know all the cards from all the piles. Spoiler alert. So I've spoiled them all for myself. So what I want to tell you is the 6 of Cups shows up in another pile as well, in the Deviant Moon Tarot. So there might be some messages for you in that pile too. So if you guys feel drawn to another pile from this group, please check that out as well. And the Swords card are showing up in each and every pile at least once. So that's, yeah, Swords are air element, so they talk about communication. So it makes sense for them to show up in a science and communication reading. So yes, so looking at these 2 cards, the 6 of Cups and the 7 of Swords, I think the universe's way of trying to communicate with you is letting you make mistakes, which sounds kind of messed up if you think about it. But yes, look at this 7 of Swords. This 7 of Swords talks about the red flags. It talks about you taking the wrong steps, like on you being on the wrong path, sometimes you making mistakes. So it is like a parent who is allowing their child to make mistakes and learn from their mistakes. That is how the universe tries to communicate with you. So the mistakes do not look the consequences of your mistakes are not deadly, they are not very severe. Looking at the 6 of Cups, because it focuses on childhood and past and everything, so it is like these are small mistakes. It's just universe lets you figure things out on your own. It lets you make mistakes. It's not nudging you in the wrong direction. It's just if you are on the wrong path, it's not stopping you either. It's like you go ahead, you figure out what happens on that path, and when you do figure it out, you can switch to the right path. You know, it's kind of like that, which is a lot like tough love, like letting you make mistakes, take risks and lose things and learn on your own. It's like you can always change your path, but the universe is not stopping. It's like if you take one wrong path, it's letting you be on that path and learn on your own what are the consequences and what happens on that path, and then you can switch to the right path. You can always switch to the right path. It's just, yes, I'm just repeating myself now because I don't know how to explain it better. Does this even make sense? Am I being too confusing? I hope it makes sense. The universe is letting you make mistakes and learn from them. The 6 of Cups also talks about nostalgia, but I'm not getting nostalgia vibes from this card as much. But if you guys feel drawn to something, this is a lot of, no, but let me just put that message out there. If you guys do feel drawn to something from your past, then that is the universe trying to communicate with you. But other than that, I do think it is a lot about your mistakes. You just look at the mistakes you've made in the past and what you've learned from them, and that was the universe teaching you lessons. Yes, which is messed up, but true. The universe communicates in weird ways. So yes, that's all that I'm seeing for you guys. Take a look at the next group and pick one pile from there. That is the last part of the reading. There we will be looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal, and I will see you guys there. Pick another pile if you feel drawn to it. Yeah, okay, bye. So my last pile from this group, pile number 4 of group 2. If you guys chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. Here we are looking at the signs that universe sends to communicate with you better. So we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Ace of Swords. So let me first tell you that the Ace of Swords showed up in another pile too, in the Pestle Journey tarot deck, in this one though, in this tarot deck. So if you guys feel drawn to any one of these 3 files as well, then please go check that out too, because there might be some messages for you there. So looking at these 2 cards, the first thing I want to mention is universe communicates with you through something that you hear, because the swords are air element and they are about communication, and there is at least one sword card in each and every one of the piles. It's fitting, but yes, the universe likes to communicate with you through something that you hear. It could be a podcast, it could be a random piece of advice, it could be song lyrics that resonate too well with you, that fit your life perfectly. It could be something that you read, like it's something that you randomly read. It could be some post that you read or something like that's just that applies to your life perfectly. So it's like the universe communicates with you through the content you consume on social media or on any other platform, any other entertainment platform, because it's like these days we consume a lot of content, right? So you probably wouldn't notice a bird sitting on your windowsill, but you would read a post on Pinterest or Instagram, and that fits your life perfectly. So that is like a better way of communicating, even for the universe, I feel, because we consume a lot of content. So, or it could be some random song lyrics that you hear and you go, oh damn, that's for me. So that is the kind of way universe tries to communicate with you. I also want to pay attention on the colors of these 2 cards, because I haven't been paying attention to the colors on the cards, but in this pile in particular I do want to. So blue and purple colors might be important for the some of you. Also the plants, yes, you might be plant parents, so the universe might try to communicate with you through plants, or you might live in the countryside, so focus more on the nature. Universe might be trying to communicate with you through nature or through the seasons or something like that. I'm not sure how that would work, but yes, if it resonates, you'll understand what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yes, so that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Take a look at the next group, pick one pile from there. Here we will be looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. So yeah, I'll see you guys in that reading. Bye. Okay, so this is the last part of the reading, and if you guys chose pile 1 from group 3, then this is going to be your reading. Here we are looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. So we have the 5 of Wands, which actually makes a lot of sense. We will be taking out one more oracle card, but first let's talk about the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands makes me think about people who don't see eye to eye. It could be people around you whom you have conflict with, whom you are have difference of opinions with. It could be totally that, or it could be your own thoughts who are taking you into 5 different directions. Like you think this one thing today, and after a few minutes you're like, no, that is wrong, we should go this way. So the thing that is the traditional 5 of Wands, but if you look at this, it's like all the 5 Wands are in one direction, they're looking into one direction. So it's about organizing your thoughts, it's about organizing the way you think and the things that you want, and like setting a plan. It's about making a plan and taking steps towards it and organizing your actions in alignment with that plan. So don't do one thing today and do the completely opposite thing tomorrow. It's like following a schedule. Is that making sense? It's about directing all your energy, all your action towards only one thing. And I'm not saying that you're distracted, it's just you're confused if you want to do this or not. You are one day you do want to do this, the next moment you don't want to do this, next moment you want to do something else entirely. So that is what, and that's Coco making a guest appearance in our reading. He was sleeping till now and now he's awake, and now I'm worried for my cards. Oh god. Okay. Okay, so yes, this is about getting all your energy in one direction, directing it, directing your thoughts, directing your emotions, directing everything in a single direction. Coco. Wow. Hi. 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 Okay, so let's take one card. I am in absolute love with this oracle deck, so we will take one card to see any extra information on the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. And I say one card and Spirit is like, no, you're gonna get more than one and you're gonna read all of them. But no, not today, not today. We are going to take only one card, probably this, and still it's two. Great, we'll take two cards. Okay. Okay, so we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict, which makes sense. It was talking about conflict before. The 5 of Wands is all about conflict, and we have lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. This message came out for other piles as well in a different group, but I wouldn't be surprised if you came here from that particular pile. So it is talking about the conflict, resolving conflicts, and it's talking about anything that is not in alignment with your soul must go. So you need to direct your thoughts towards just one thing, towards your goal, and anything that is no longer sitting well with you, anything that doesn't belong, should go. Yes, it's pretty self-explanatory. I hope I explained the message of 5 of Wands well, because I'll try once more. Okay, so if you have 5 Wands in the traditional tarot, the 5 Wands, 5 people are fighting. Okay, so these 5 Wands are colliding, they are clashing. You need to redirect all those 5 Wands, all of your resources into one direction. That is how you can achieve your goal. Yeah, I think I worded it better this way. So yes, that is all that I'm saying for you guys. If the reading resonated, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Bye. Okay, so if you guys chose pile 2 from group 3, then this is going to be your reading. We are looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. So we have the Queen of Cups. We will take one more oracle card for explanation and extra guidance. I'm taking that for every pile. The one card doesn't come out, it comes out in a group of 3s or 4s or something like that, but anyway, we'll try to take one. So with the Queen of Cups, I feel you need to be more compassionate. That is the first message that I am getting. You need to be more compassionate, you need to be kind towards other, it could be towards yourself. I recently watched a video by Anna Akana. If you haven't already watched it, then maybe you probably should if you chose this pile. She is talking about the difference between being kind and being too nice, and I think that will resonate perfectly for you with the Queen of Cups. You need to be kind towards other and towards yourself. So what she says is, if when you're being too nice, you are not considering yourself. And when you're being kind, you're considering yourself as well. And that's Coco. He has been making appearances in the last group. He was sleeping till now, but he is here now. I think he wants treats. I'll give him treats after the reading. Okay, so that is the main message that I'm getting with Queen of Cups. You need to be kind and compassionate. So yes, focus on your emotional and mental health. Focus on the things that make you happy. Try to fill your own cup, because it is very important. I'm not going to take all of these cards, obviously they're like half of the deck, but we will take this one, and we'll take the 2 cards. Okay, 2 cards at the most. I'm not taking more than 2 cards. Okay, so we have, you got the Love, Hedarian energy. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. Some of the words are so difficult. English is not my first language. And we have codependency and boundaries. So yes, this is the empath group. Of course it is. That message came out for the other piles in the other groups as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if you came here from that pile from other groups. But yes, and we have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. So okay, so what you need to do is set firm boundaries for yourself, which is not a surprise looking at these 2 cards and the Queen of Cups. I was talking about being too nice and being kind, right? So you need to set firm boundaries. You need to know how much you can stretch yourself for others. This is the people pleaser energy. You think you have to help everyone, you have to be nice to everyone, and it doesn't matter what you think or what you want. Even if you're busy, even if you have like 1,000 things on your plate, someone comes to you with a problem and you're like, yeah, it's my job to help them, you know, it's my responsibility to help them. And that has to stop. You need to set firm boundaries. You need to learn how to say no and protect your own energy. You need to do that. Okay, and some of you might be scared that if you do that, you might lose people, that you might lose friends. And let me tell you, that is not going to happen. You will lose people who are not in alignment with you, but that's all about it. Like really, that's all. Who are not in alignment with you, who don't have your best interest at heart, that is the kind of people you'll lose. You won't lose the people who have your best interest at their heart, who are right for you, who are in alignment with you. They will understand. And even if you do lose some people, you will find your soul family, so it won't be as bad. So yes, that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. If the reading resonated, please let me know in the comments down below, and like, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Bye. Okay, so if you guys chose pile 3 from group 3, then this is going to be a reading. We are looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goals. So we have Justice card. Ooh, this card is so pretty. This is the first time I saw this card. This show. I got this deck very recently, so I'm still kind of fangirling over it. So can you see how pretty this is? See how the gold embossing shines. She's very pretty. Okay, so the Justice card is, we will take one more oracle card, probably 2, who knows. But yes, let's talk about the Justice card first. So Justice card is talking about balance, because here there is a balance here completely. So the universe wants you to know that the output that you will get will be depending on the input that you give. So this is like a very predictable thing. The Justice card for me is very predictable. It's like, if you put this much effort, this is the output you're gonna get. If you don't put any efforts, you're not going to get any output at all. So the Justice card is about balance. It's about a give and take. So whatever you give, you'll get the exact amount in return, you know, like something that is exactly you'll get the corresponding amount, the corresponding thing in return. So your output is going to entirely depend on your actions. So the justice card is asking you to take actions, start taking actions towards your goal, and that too I think is in the physical world. It is not like it's asking you to take spiritual actions and direct your energy. I do think that might be a possibility for the some of you if you are trying to, you were asking about manifestations or something like that. But if you were asking about something that is physical, that is something that you want in the physical 3D reality, then you are going to have to take actions in the physical 3D reality. Does that make sense? So it's like if you were asking about something that is tangible, that is material, then you are going to have to take action in the material world. So that is what the justice card is talking about here. We will take oracle cards to see if there are any more messages or any clearer messages, because justice card is kind of it could also talk about your efforts paying off. It could totally talk about that. Okay, so we have deep cellular healing. It's a pretty card. This is the first time I saw this card in this deck. It's the first time it fell out in a reading. And we have loosen your grip, coping mechanism, density, addiction, let God in. So these two cards go well together. So I think this message is entirely different from what the justice card was talking about. This is about healing yourself. This is if you guys have any kind of coping mechanisms or addictions, then you need to break free of those. You need to break free of your old patterns. You need to step out of your old habits. You need to reinvent yourself. You need to heal yourself for this thing to come in, for this goal, for you to reach this goal. You need to make some very deep changes within yourself. And I think now that I'm talking about it, it makes sense with the justice card. It is about healing yourself and then getting the reward. It is about doing the work and then getting the reward, which makes sense with the justice card. But if you guys have any coping mechanism, if you guys have a habit of victimizing yourself or something like that, then that needs to stop. Also, if you guys procrastinate, that needs to stop. You're gonna actually have to work. And look, some of us procrastinate because we think we are not good enough, or we are trying to avoid the work because we think we'll fail. So yes, that makes sense. If you guys don't do the work, you're not going to get the rewards. So you need to break free of that, and that is where the emotional healing comes in. Physical and emotional healing comes in. Deep cellular healing. You need to heal your mind and your body. You need to feel your own cup. You need to feel good about yourself. You need to be in this peaceful vibration, and you need to know your worth so that you can get to work. You need to actually believe that you deserve the thing that you're asking for, and that is when you let go of these addictions. And also the let God in thing, it is making me think, there was a moving prayer card that came out in one of the groups, right? I think I forgot to talk about that in that group. So let God in is talking about trusting the universe more, or whatever God or faith looks like to you. So yes, it is talking about that. You can always ask the universe for help. It's there to help you. So yes, that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. If the reading resonated, please let me know in the comments down below, and like, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Bye. So my last pile number 4 from group 3. If you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. We are looking at the actionable steps that you can take towards your goal. So we have the Hermit. The Hermit card is talking about going within. I love the Hermit in this particular deck, and this eye in particular. So this reminds me of the third eye. So it could totally be talking about healing your third eye chakra, or focusing on your third eye chakra, trusting your intuition. It could be talking about, Hermit card of course talks about going within. It talks about learning deeper truths about yourself, and sometimes isolation. So it that is not an actionable step, but I do think that you guys are not in the mood of interacting with other people. You guys are not feeling very social right now. You guys want to stay alone. You guys want to just be on your own for a while, which would make sense, which would make total sense, because you guys are trying to learn things about yourself, and you guys are trying to discover some inner truths. And also, to heal your intuition, it is very much acceptable to stay alone for a while, because sometimes you cannot distinguish between other people's thoughts and your own thoughts, or like if you continuously consume a lot of content, you hear a lot of things, and you just forget, you just bury your inner voice deep within in all that noise and commotion. So it makes total sense if you want to be alone, and I think this card is encouraging you to be alone for a little while, to sit with yourself and your thoughts, maybe meditate. Yes, meditation would help you a lot. I think that the answer would come to you from within. It could be in your meditation, it could be in your deep sleep, it could be any time. It's just with the Hermit card, I think it's encouraging you to be alone for a while. So let's take one or more oracle cards. However fall out, this deck has its own mind, and even when I want just one card, it gives me like 3 or 4. So oh yes, oh, we have only one card. We'll take one more then, because all of the groups got more than one cards. So we have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. This looks a lot like the inner world to me, you know. She's standing here looking at her inner world, the inner paradise, the beauty within, you know, that kind of a thing. It's like this wonderful world inside your mind where you can get lost in. So yes, so that's talking about that. Let's just take one more card, called soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. This card shows up a lot in a lot of readings, so it is talking about soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. But this looks internal to me. It looks like a spiritual awakening. There was spiritual awakening in one of the piles. I wouldn't be surprised if you came here from that pile. So yes, it is talking about spiritual awakening. It is talking about discovering the talents that you have within yourself that you might not be aware of. So yes, it is encouraging you to meditate, sit with yourself, see what it is that you feel drawn to. Also with pleasure, joy, and make love to life, I think you need to focus on the things that make you happy more. So that gets you in this very high vibrational state. I don't know why I heard it, but some of you probably start to write things that you're grateful for, like the gratitude journal kind of a thing. So if you journal, then do that. That's going to help you a lot. Yes, that is all that I'm seeing for you guys. So if you guys like the reading, if it resonated, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye.